It's the thought that counts when supersizing your business, especially during COVID-19, especially during a pandemic. Our idiom today is it's the thought that counts. This is an idiom that's relatively new. It was first believed to be documented by Henry Van Dyke, who was a Princeton University professor, as well as the ambassador to Netherlands, which I found interesting. But in the Book of Common Prayer, I believe, in 1906, he shared the idiom, it's the thought that counts, meaning that the important part of a gift, receiving a gift and getting a gift, is the effort, the consideration, the sacrifice, the thought that someone put into getting the gift and giving you the gift, not the gift itself. I love this expression because it's so true, at least in my own life. I think back to some of the best, most amazing gifts I've ever been given, and they're not the most expensive. They're not the most elaborate. They're not the most, outrageous things that people have given me. They are the gifts that my kids made in school, the gifts that people have handmade for me. I actually probably have some of them around me because they're some of my most treasured possessions, and I keep them around me and close because they mean so much to me. I know how much time and energy and effort and thought the kids or other people, friends and relatives, have put into things that they've made for me by themselves. I mean, quilts from the grandmas, quilts from my grandma, art of my grandmas, paintings of my grandmas, things like that mean so much more because of what has gone into them, not the gifts themselves. I mean, if somebody looked, sorry, grandma, she passed away last year. She was almost 100. Some of her paintings were not awesome. I mean, they would never be in a museum, but to me, they're the most beautiful things in the world because she created them, and they're an imprint, a fingerprint, a memory of her. So intention matters, right? Our intention, our thought behind something matters. Motive matters. We just had a stabbing in my small town on Sunday morning, 1 a.m. Sunday morning, and they caught the man, and he is being charged with first-degree murder, first-degree premeditated murder, and that's because the motive, the intention matters in situations, and that's a very dramatic one, but in a trial, it's the difference between different degrees of punishment for wrongdoing, right? Maybe that's not the best example, but it's a pretty clear example that many of us can understand and relate to. Motive matters. Our intention matters. The reason we do things, the reason we give gifts, there's a difference between a gift and a bribe, right? A gift has good intentions. A bribe has evil intentions or corrupt intentions. The way we treat other people matters. Why and how we treat other people the way that we do matters. Our intention matters. If we're providing value and giving value and sharing our gifts with the world to make the world a better place versus just to enrich ourselves and we don't care what happens to other people or other things or the environment or anything else in the world, then that's intention matters. If you look at some of the best companies in the world, people love them because of what they stand for, what they represent. We love brands that stand for more than just making a profit. And we do business with them and we blow those brands up. I'm talking we collectively as human beings. It matters. What our intentions are absolutely positively matters. And it gets down all the way to the discussion of good versus evil. If we have kind intentions, good intentions, positive intentions, thoughtful intentions, even in things such as communicating with people and giving people feedback, if our intention is to judge and criticize someone else, that's really a selfish kind of negative, maybe not evil, but negative intention. Bullying takes that a step further and it becomes an evil intention. We only bully people to put them down, to destroy them, to hurt them because we have evil intentions. I can't think of anyone that would say bullying is good. Go ahead, bully up the yin yang. But the same is true of any other thing that crosses the line of good versus bad intention, good versus evil. We all know what's good versus evil. We might not admit it. We might support things that we don't even know are evil, but they actually turn out to be bad or evil or corrupt or fraudulent or hurting other people, other things. And we don't even know it. I mean, lots of our products and services come from China still, even during a pandemic, and are made in China. And we know that, and not from firsthand visual information, but we know through reporting that there's a lot of human rights violations that occur in China. There's a lot of child labor in factories and things. That's why it's so cheap. And that's why manufacturers have gone there. So are your intentions good or evil? If you know that children are being exploited to produce your products and services, is your intention good or evil? I think that when it comes out that there's inappropriate behaviors going on behind different brands and businesses, we switch away from those businesses. People will boycott and leave those businesses. And we need to do more of that. We need to live in alignment with who we really are and what we stand for, what our business really stands for. That's how we attract people that are for our business and repel people that are not for our business, whatever our intention is. Yeah, I say profits are important, but how we make those profits is even more important, right? If we find evil ways and have evil intentions and evil ways to make money, and because we think we're going to do good after we make that money, I think sometimes we're deluding ourselves. All right, I would love to know your experience with It's the Thought That Counts. Have you ever given a gift to someone and they just, you know that they just hated it, and you know you missed the mark, and then you feel a little bad because you spent so much time and energy thinking that you got them the perfect gift? My ex was like that. I would think that I got him the perfect gift, and he would guess every single time what I had gotten him. And sometimes I would spend months coming up with ideas for presents for him, and sometimes I felt like my intentions didn't matter to him. All right, that's it. Have an amazing day. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business right now? Especially during these crazy times of the pandemic and COVID and our businesses being shut down, we have to be more and more creative and more flexible. And our intention behind how we're doing things, our processes and procedures, taking into account other people's safety is vitally important today. All right, catch you tomorrow.